Can I ask you to define a woman? Is that okay?
Yeah, so listen, I mean, I did a whole thing with this right-wing guy named Michael Knowles a little while ago.
Okay.
Where, we were talking about the definition of a woman, and the context was the Ketanji Brown Jackson hearings and her refusal to answer. And there I argued that makes perfect sense because they're asking in a legal context. The question is who can bring a discrimination lawsuit on the basis of gender? And I thought she was right not to answer it. And I made the point that depending on where you're asking the question, the answer could actually be different.
Woke David Pakman is spiraling. He has just been going off the deep end ever since Trump took office or took the victory for the 2024 presidential election. Comment MAGA for the algorithm. Anyways, David Pakman is a classic example of how liberals cannot answer the most simple questions. They have to go on a whole rant, give a whole story, give a whole speech. Bitch, we're just asking what a woman is. But David Pakman, because he's woke and gay, cannot answer that. If you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe. I post 2 new videos every single day. Like, comment, and we'll get right into it because it's good. And we're gonna make fun of a little woke libtard today. Fellas, that's such a weird fellas. I'm cringing at myself. Hopefully I edit that out, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll leave it in so you guys can see just my raw reaction and my babbling, my rambling. I'm a woman, guys. Give me some grace. Anyways, I'm taking way too long. Let's get into it.
Right. I think number one, certainly in the UK, you tell me what you think about the United States, but number one is immigration. Number 2 is race relations and all the stuff to do with BLM and all of that. And number 3, as of late, these sort of big toxic issues is, of course, the trans issue.
Okay, so sure, those are 3 issues, yes.
Yeah, yeah, I was going somewhere with that. I just wanted to get confirmation that
those are issues that exist, absolutely.
Those are issues that exist. And
wow, David Pakman, you are so smart. You are such an intellectual. Thank you.
what I am asserting to you is there are quite a lot of people, certainly here in the UK, and I know that in America it's the same in some circles, that feel very strongly about those issues, and they feel that the mainstream conversation about those issues is dishonest. So if we start in reverse order with the trans thing, can I, it's a dick move to ask you this, but can I ask you to define a woman? Is that okay?
Hold up. Sorry. I have to make fun of this Triggernometry co-host right now. It's such a dick move to ask you what a woman is. No, it's not. Listen, I don't really know these guys. I think they're like, they lean right wing whatsoever, or like slightly, very slightly. How is it a dick move to ask someone what a woman is? It's a dick move, the fact that you think it's a dick move. You know what I mean? Like, I hate the woke gay society we live in today. The fact that you think that's offensive to ask. Screw that. Ask all the hard questions, please. Be offensive, be a dick, but you're not even being a dick. Oh my gosh. I've said that word too many times in this episode. We're going to continue.
Yeah, so listen, I mean, I did a whole thing with this right-wing guy named Michael Knowles a little while ago.
Yeah, you know him.
Where, we were talking about the definition of a woman, and the context was the Ketanji Brown Jackson hearings and her...
Dude, screw your context. Screw it.
Refusal to answer. And there I argued that makes perfect sense because they're asking in a legal context. The question is who can bring a discrimination lawsuit on the basis of gender? And I thought she was right not to answer it. And I made the point that depending on where you're asking the question, the answer could actually be different. Now,
no, actually, I'm going to make the point here that a woman is always a woman. Definitions don't change based on certain situations, okay? And also, no one asked you for your entire life story, novel, previous debate in the past when answering this question. What is a woman? This is a long answer, okay? This is a 5-paragraph essay for something that can be defined in a simple sentence. It's not difficult. Something really key to notice here too, guys, and I got this point from my friend Justin Reloaded. You guys should go check out his channel. We cover a lot of the same video topics and stuff. We're both Christian. We both kind of have the same political views. I'll maybe link his channel down in the comments or in the description. Anyways, he says such a good point about this is notice the contrast between how conservatives answer this question versus liberals. Conservatives can answer it really quickly, one sentence, no matter what area they're in, no matter what the scenario is. It's always the same answer because a woman is a woman is a woman. It doesn't depend on the situation, right? And it's just so true because these liberals have to go into such theory la land. And it's funny because what liberals do is they think that they're so much smarter than conservatives because,
oh, we understand all these complex theories and hypotheses and we just trust the science and we're just so much more complex. And yeah, conservatives, they're so simple-minded and they have zero brains because conservatives are just so stupid that they just believe what their eyes show them.
How crazy. The most simple things are true. We don't need to overcomplicate things. Liberals, anyways, let's get back to it.
So this is, again, and the problem with this, and I know you guys would never do this because you seem so honest.
They seem so gay. Anyways, sorry. Side note, I'm criticizing the people that are supposed to be on my team, but come on. If I was like debating a leftist and he said I would never do something like this because you're so great, I would be ashamed. It's like, no, if I disagree with you, you better despise me or I'm becoming a lukewarm little bitch, you know?
The problem is that sometimes this question is then used to put someone in a corner. So I will say in advance that the definition I have.
Bitch, you belong in the corner. You belong in the corner. It's a very simple question. The fact that you think it can be used to put you in a corner shows how stupid and R-word you are. I can't say the word, okay? I can't.
Will not work in every setting, okay? Like, for example, the definition I have in an OBGYN's office may not work because we recognize biological differences, right? But for me, the broadest way where I think about who am I going to relate to as a woman, it would be somebody who I identify as deliberately trying to exist in the world as a woman.
Okay, David Pakman. So if you start wearing skirts, putting on lipstick, growing your hair out, and you say, now I want to be a woman, does that magically make you a woman? In that definition, it does. The distinction he's trying to make and fails to make, and it shows how stupid liberals are. No offense, liberals, but actually, no, very offense. I hope you get very offended about that statement and the following statements, is they think that gender can change based on social issues or societal norms or just, because that's why he made the distinction between an OBGYN's office versus how he thinks socially. Because he thinks socially that anyone can be a woman if they want. Okay, can I be black? Can I be Asian? Tell me, I am super strong. I really want to be Asian. I really believe in it. Can I magically become Asian? That might sound far-fetched to him, but we're only a few years away from race switching or transitioning races. I mean, Michael Jackson famously was the original race swapper. Anyways, I'm kind of ranting, but do you get what I'm saying? The definition should always be the same. Yes, legal definitions are different because the law is so specific but ambiguous at the same time. I used to want to be a lawyer, so I kind of know these things. I get it. That's a whole conversation for another video, but when we're talking about biology versus socially, gender should never change. But of course it has in the eyes of the mentally not all there, to put it nicely.
Okay.
If I see a biological man who, and again, we have to talk about this in candid ways, which some people might not like, but I think it's necessary. If I see me with a wig on, it's not going to be apparent to me that that's someone who is necessarily trying to exist in the world as a woman if they go by the name David and their voice is like mine and they dress like me. So I'm just going to make the best faith effort I can, where if it's indicated through a number of different cues that someone is trying to exist in the world as a woman, I'll relate to them as a
see how many words he has to use to explain a very simple thing? Gosh.
Woman. That's fine.
They think they sound smart because they use a lot of long words. You don't. I sound smarter just calling you a bitch, quite frankly.
And in fact, I am kind of where you are, in the sense that we've had a shit ton of trans people on the show, and we call them by whatever name they have.
See, I told you they were lukewarm. By the way, if you like content like this, make sure you subscribe, because I post 2 new videos every single day. I also can't talk sometimes, but yeah, let's get back to it. And it also helps boost this in the algorithm. Thank you.
And the pronouns that they've chosen, right? I've got no issue with that. Sure. However, my issue is that
gay alert.
Again, this is me being straight with you. I hope you don't take offense to what I'm saying.
Please.
In your refusal to give a definition that is equally applicable in different circumstances, you're kind of avoiding the difficult elements of this, right?
Well,
It's not difficult, though. It's not.
difficult elements are exactly that, which if okay, sorry, I interrupted. No, go ahead.
And let me, I know you know where I'm going, but let me just give the example so people know what we're talking about. So we have a number of cases here in the UK, for example, and I know you've had some in the US as well, where a trans woman who still has a male anatomy has been housed in a female prison and has gone on to commit sexual assault against women in prison, right? Okay. We obviously have had trans women in female sports, where they, in my opinion, have an unfair advantage. And there are
Not in your opinion, that do. They have a unfair advantage explicitly. That's it.
other situations in which our failure to give a clear, like, universal definition means that women in particular, in this very instance, are suffering the consequences, our social unwillingness to be quite hardline about it. Would you agree with that?
Well, that's what in a court they would say that that's a compound question, and we've really got to break down each of those, because whether.
Thank you so much. You're so smart, David Pakman. You're gay, but you're smart. I'll give you that.
I agree with everything you said. I don't know. So let's. I'm not even sure where to start. So okay. I mean, in prison there was a sexual assault by a biological male housed with women. Okay, I don't know the story. We have a country of 331 million in the United States, so you can find examples sort of everything. Sexual assault by biological females of other females in American prisons is really common. So for me, what I go to is less about, trans people, I think, are 1/3 of 1% of the population in the US. I may be slightly off about that, but let's use that as a working number. For me, every assault is bad. Sure. And the bigger issue is American prisons are terrible at keeping inmates safe. And I apply that to men's prisons and women's prisons.
It's like, what tangent is he going off of? Like, literally, how long is he going to take to answer a simple question that is, what is a woman? Seriously.
Sure, but you're deflecting here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, but no, I don't think. And so, but let me go further.
Let me give you the reverse of your argument, right?
No, but I wasn't even done.
No, I'm gonna cut him off. Don't go further, David Pakman. You can't actually answer a very simple question because you're a lying little woke loser. Sorry, not sorry. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. Make sure you comment an orange heart for the algorithm. Thank you so much. If you watch till the end, it boosts in the honestly, new drinking game. Take a shot every time I say algorithm. Just kidding. Don't drink, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.